Shabbat Shalom. I will be honest, this Parsha has a lot. I mean, it seems kind of pretty bland, like with each portion going over who was the chief of which clan and how many people were part of each clan, especially when compared to Parshas where Hashem is giving the people the commandments on Sinai, or the contributions to the tabernacle are given. Like, just think about it. They had so many collections that they had to tell people to stop giving. We eventually get to the Haftorah, which begins with the people of Israel will be as numerous as the grains of sand by the sea, which cannot be measured or counted. Did we not just read in Bamidbar the counting of the descendants of Reuben, Shimon, Gad, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Benjamin, Dan, Asher, and Naphtali? They're all descendants of Israel. So it seems at first glance that these two passages are contradicting themselves. But in reality, the 603,550 people were counted were only men. These men were 20 years or older for the military, meaning that all the children, women, and men younger than 20 were excluded. Rashi indicates that 20 is the youngest that one could enlist, and the Talmud Bava Barasa 121b says that the oldest to serve was 60. So that means we have 60 and above men were not included in this number. If we were to attempt to even try to count the true number of the Israelites and say each one of them had a wife, the number immediately doubles. And let's say that 80% of them had at least one child. It brings the total to 1,689,940 people. This is 2 years after they exited Mitzrayim, Egypt. It's crazy to think about that they're just wandering in the desert, not knowing where they're going. And not to mention that the number of Levites haven't even been included in this census. They still have 38 more years to go until they can finally settle down into the home promised to Avraham. Now, I'm going to derail for a moment. You just got to stick with me. If you remember back in Exodus 40:17, verse 17, the tabernacle was completed on the first day of the first month of the second year. In Numbers 1:1, we see that the census was called on the first day of the second month of the second year, meaning that the tabernacle has been up for 1 month, and who knows what all has happened in that 1 month. This calling of the census was for eligible men to protect the people in the newly constructed tabernacle. Each person was vitally important to a certain task. The 186,400 men of Yehuda, Yisachar, and Zebulun protected the east side. The 151,450 men of Reuben, Shimon, and Gad defended from the south side. Then there was the 108,100 men of Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin, guarding from the west side, and the 157,600 men of Dan, Asher, and Naphtali, in charge of preserving the north side. All of these men surrounding the tabernacle and the people. They weren't the only ones who had important tasks. The Levites, that we haven't even included in our numbers, are caring for the tabernacle, making sure that the lamps have the oil that they need, and carrying the tabernacle from one place to another as they're following God. And then there's the women who were raising the children, and these children have to carry on the traditions and values of Judaism. And as we know, they succeeded as we all are here. The events that we see here are the starting to form the nation of Hashem. Today, they are still going strong with over 9.2 million inside of the Promised Land, and there are plenty more outside, as we can see here. One day, when war and famine all are gone, all his people will be together once more in Yerushalayim. Shua Tov.
Amen. Good job. Good job.